Investigators believe there are no survivors from a plane crash in Soddy Daisy. I'm Josh Rowe.
And I'm Kim Chapman. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office is now calling the search a recovery mission. Our cameras were rolling this morning as a homeowner gave teams a piece of the plane that washed up on shore. The search is now in its second day, and investigators say it could take days, even weeks, until they find it. We have team coverage tonight looking at what's going on into the search and how the government shutdown could impact the investigation. But we begin now with Kylie Thomas, who has a profile on the pilot and the plane. Kylie, what did you learn?
Well, Josh and Kim, the family has asked us not to release the pilot's name until they get more answers about this ongoing investigation. But I can tell you that the pilot is from Hamilton County. And as you can see with our News Channel 9 Skycam, the search just wrapped up for the night. Crews have been out here on the water all day, and they plan to be back bright and early tomorrow morning. As for tonight, I spoke with the pilot's friends, family, and even his flight instructor, and they all tell me the same thing. He's a great guy, but an even better pilot. A strong man with vigorous training. Two qualities that pop into Enrique Tricoli's mind.
He was a very systematic, methodical, prudent, consistent, safe pilot.
Tricoli is the missing pilot's flight instructor. Trained him to fly the Belanca 1730A model that crashed into the Chickamauga Lake Monday afternoon.
It's a major tragedy.
He says this model of plane is the race car of the sky, a love interest for Victor Catalanoto too.
It's a sad day.
Catalanoto met the Hamilton County pilot 5 years ago. He says they talk several times a month, bonding over their intimate planes. The missing pilot sent Catalanoto this picture of the plane that went down just a few months ago.
He's already made his reservations at the hotel, planning to be there next year.
Both friends say that the pilot has decades of experience. He trained with the Marines. Flying and his family are his world.
A good family man. He always talked about his wife and his kids. Just a person that you'd want to know.
Both of these friends believe the pilot is gone, but his family is still holding out hope. They're searching the water themselves, praying that his years of training translates into more years with them. We did ask the family earlier if anyone else was on board at the time of the crash, but they tell me they do not know that answer. As for the search that just wrapped up tonight, we saw earlier about an hour and a half ago one diver in Lake Chickamauga here behind us. And again, the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office telling us that they will only put divers into these waters if they find solid evidence. So this is very much a developing story and one we're going to continue to follow. But for now, live in Soddy Daisy, I'm Kylie Thomas, News Channel 9.
Kylie, thank you. And here's another photo of the model of the plane that crashed. This photo is not the plane crews are looking for. It's a Belanca 1730A Super Viking. An article from the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association describes its design as unconventional. The article says the plane has changed very little since its introduction. The Super Viking is a 4-seat, single-engine, high-performance plane. The author called its handling qualities, quote, something special, and says the way it maneuvers is remarkable. The FAA registration shows the plane had a 285 horsepower engine and could reach speeds of 142 miles per hour.
Crews have found enough wreckage to determine the plane crashed, but have not found the main wreckage.
Patricia Thomas shows us what issues search teams are facing in the water. Patricia.
Josh and Kim, one thing making this mission difficult is this. Our News Channel 9 Skycam shows just how big and far this search area stretches. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office says it's a few miles. Right now they're focusing on the areas where they already found small pieces of the plane. Forensic dive teams, a drone, marine control personnel are all being used in this search. They're also using sonar equipment in the area where they've already found some debris. The Sheriff's Office says it could take days for the plane to be located, even months, because it may have moved farther down the lake due to this fast-moving current. Investigators want the public to know this could take a while.
Operations like this take a lot of time. There's a lot of effort that has to go into the logistics of the investigation, moving the aircraft once it's found. So we would like to ask for patience.
Once it is found, crews do a salvage operation to try and save any evidence on board that could help with the investigation. The sheriff's office is asking boaters to avoid that search area while they continue their looking. Thank you.
Latricia, thank you very much. TVA says they're reducing water flows to help with recovery efforts. That means water still being released, just not as much as usual. This can certainly help calm the river's currents.
And the weather's playing a major role in the recovery mission.
Search leaders have said wind and cool temperatures make it harder for their teams as they continue their mission.
Chief Meteorologist David Glenn shows us what they can expect tonight and again tomorrow. David.
Yeah, conditions won't improve much at all because the wind gusts will be even stronger. They were strong today, well over 20 miles an hour, adding a chop to the lake, and that was the case again yesterday. But overnight tonight and through tomorrow, a series of cold fronts move on by, so the wind speeds increase through midnight tonight, and especially tomorrow morning to start the first half of the day. Looking at wind speeds over 25 miles an hour on average, still strong through the afternoon. On top of that, it turns a lot colder. We've enjoyed warm temperatures through today, but by tomorrow morning you got 30s. Factor in that wind, it's going to feel colder than that. Afternoon temperatures tomorrow only in the 40s, but it'll feel like the 30s with that strong wind. The wind should subside a bit, but still remain rather cold through the second half of the week. I'll have more details on the chill headed our way and a look ahead to the rest of the 7-day forecast in a few minutes.
David, thank you. The government shutdown could